doors, open doors, where I am now. Where I am now, I'm in a special place. I'll tell you all the praise, where I am now.
It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, where I am now.
And now,
And if you'd like to see us live in WGPL 1350 studio, all you have to do is go to Edward Everett's Facebook page or Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton's Facebook page. And guess what? You can see us live right here in WGPL 1350 studio. And if you'd like to hear us all over the world, all you have to do is go to www.christianbroadcastingcompany.com or WPCE 1400 AM or WGPL 1350 AM, or you can go to Twitter, or you can go to Instagram, or you can go to, well, I'll let her tell you. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. E. What a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Would you, could you, will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors, our WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
And WPCE, good morning to you.
Facebook Live on and popping. I see Miss Roberta Carter.
Good morning.
We also want to welcome LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter.
LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter. Good morning.
Mr. E, it's Fun Friday.
What do a duck say to another duck as they try to cross the highway?
Quack, quack. But guess what? Not only is it Fun Friday, but it's time to welcome and support our community.
Are you looking for an affordable, reliable, high-quality child care program that offers transportation? Are you a child care specialist looking to grow with an industry-leading company with great benefits and pay? If you answered yes to either question, Heavenly Hearts Impact Center is for you. We are now hiring and enrolling for our new Heavenly Hearts Impact Center, located in the city of Portsmouth, Virginia. Join the Heavenly Hearts Impact Center today. For more information, call 757-254-8156. That's 757-254-8156. The Heavenly Hearts Impact Center, where tomorrow begins today.
Yes, so Mr. E, Friday is here. Are you ready for the weekend?
It's Friday and I just got paid.
I know you feel good.
You know, they had a song back in the day talking about it's Friday and I just got paid. Can't wait till the weekend. I've been practicing my dance. You know how it's
ready for the club.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, I tell you what, I don't know what's going on in the club these days, but I tell you, I have my feet ready when the weekend comes to stop working and, and have a good time somewhere. But Mr. E, you know, it's Fun Friday, and that's when we bring our current job list. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
But do you have it? Are you ready?
I am ready for the current job listing. And here's it goes. And you get your pen and piece of paper ready. Don't forget that Harry Tweeter and Home Depot and United Postal Service and Federal Express are doing some hiring. So if you're looking for a job, go by and check them out also.
Mr. E, did you say Harry Tweeter?
Harry Tweeter.
You got Twitter on your mind.
I got Harry Twitter on my mind. So Harry Tweeter is hiring just as well for kids. They're looking for aftercare assistance in Suffolk. They're looking for aftercare assistance in Chesapeake.
Okay, Mr. E, what are they looking for?
They're looking for an aftercare assistant.
Okay, Mr. E got his old glasses on.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Fun Friday.
Yes, it
They are
is.
looking for an after-school assistant in Suffolk, an after-school assistant in Chesapeake. They are looking for an outreach specialist and an intake specialist.
Habitat for Humanity, donor relations, and major accounts managers needed. All right. Also, the Samaritan House accounting coordinator.
And Chesapeake Public Library looking for a Russell Memorial Library librarian number 2, and the Ocean Controversies looking for a port community liaison in the Hampton Roads, Virginia, and North Carolina area.
The LGBT Life Center, they
Mhm.
need field interview viewer. Anti-R Dance Academy, they need a director.
And the Children's Center looking for a speech language pathologist.
I know it's Fun Friday, Mr. E, but you said it right the first time.
Yeah, and a site supervisor, and they're looking for an early childhood teacher.
All right, YWCA, they need a director of finance. They also need a director of human resources.
And Catholic Charity of Eastern Virginia is looking for in-home respite care and a director of development and marketing and adoption service manager.
Yes.
Don't forget that you can also get hired at different places like Ford Motor Company or the Norfolk International Airport are looking for folks. And don't forget that if you've been incarcerated, that you also can get a job, because there are programs out here now that's helping those who are veterans as well as been in incarceration.
Norfolk Naval Shipyard, they are hiring like I don't know what, Mr. E. I hope you all that need a job will go online and put in for it. They also have a number online that you can contact folk and see if you can come in and get that application going and get you a good job.
The Pepsi Cola company is looking for folks too, to help in the warehouses, looking for warehouse workers. So if you need a job, make sure you go and get you that job.
Get you that job.
Get a job.
Ooh, now another thing, Mr. E, we need to do and cover today, COVID updates. Do you have any for us?
Well, Ms. Hinton, I was looking at the COVID updates and up to now, as of right now, as of January that passed us, there was an update. Hospitalization seems a big drop.
Yes.
Death reported up to 39% per day. The Virginia's COVID virus hospitalization has a significant drop between Thursday and Friday, down from to 270 patients, and overall, as COVID virus meters continue, they drop in overall. Now, when you look at as of today, all around Virginia, there's 1.7 million cases totally from the pandemic, from the beginning of the pandemic up till now. There was 20,220 deaths in Virginia. So now, since the pandemic is over, there has been a decline. There is empty hospital beds, there is empty rooms, and folks are doing what they're supposed to do.
Not only that, Mr. Fauci was on yesterday and said the pandemic, as we have known it, is over.
That's good.
They're not even calling it an endemic, but he is saying that's it. It's gone through. It's had its course. It's still out there, but it is manageable, and people have gotten their shot. And bye-bye. All I can say is bye-bye, frog. Look, let it hop right on out of here or whatever, because it has been here. It was here for 2.5 years, Mr. E, and it changed
long.
the course of this world.
That's right. You ever seen anything like that really shut the world down?
Not in this generation.
I've never seen anything like that shut a world down.
Yes,
Jobs, marketing, and farmers couldn't farm. I mean, it just really, really, really shut it down. So now when we look at it now, Miss Hinton, make sure you keep a check on everything that you're doing. If you got a common cold, they said stay home. Don't go out there among folk and get somebody else that stuff.
Well, stay home. You can keep your social distance. You can wear your mask.
Wear your mask.
You don't have to take that off, but make sure you are, still aware that this can still, it can still happen. People are still getting it, but the numbers are really down.
That's
and
right.
We thank God, because it just changed everything. I'm looking at some of the conditions of the malls in the Hampton Roads area. They're closing or going bankrupt or in foreclosure.
Speaking of the
really
malls,
has really made an impact on everything.
Speaking of the malls, did you not know that Chesapeake, Greenbrier Mall is shutting down?
It's in foreclosure.
Wow.
It is in foreclosure, and somebody will get it. I think they're going to sell it for so many millions. I think it's $67 million in debt. But I really believe the time of the mall may be over. I mean, there was a time when the malls came up, Mr. E, especially in the Hampton Roads area, and they were flourishing. It was wall-to-wall people in the malls all the time. Now people are going to places like town centers and places where you can go in and out of a store. They're not necessarily in the mall mood, especially with some of the violence and some of the, the guns that have been coming in. And we just had a shooting here in one of the malls recently. People are kind of like nervous about certain places. And especially with the pandemic, it has just made things a little bit desolate in these places. And what can I say? Not only that, online shopping. You can click a button and have what you want. It's just like magic, Mr. E. So it'll keep you from wasting time going in a mall when you can go right online and shop everywhere.
And don't have to come out your house. You don't have to leave home. All you have to do is just look online. I think that's not right, though.
Right, go ahead. You go on in the mall, Mr. E, if you love that kind of stuff. But I tell you what, I love both of them. I'll go in the mall. No, I can't lie. I love both. I'm going to go in the mall, and I'm going online shopping, and I'm going to enjoy both of them.
Okay, congratulations. Enjoy both of them. But I like going out to the stores, so I can look at what's going on, the latest trend and what folks are wearing.
Good morning, Sheila Robbins. Thank you for tuning in and being with us. You all that are on, make sure you like, share, follow us, subscribe, and just tell people about FYI Radio Show for your information.
Like and share and subscribe. Like and share and subscribe.
Yeah, because we're not only on Facebook Live, we're on Twitter, we're on LinkedIn, YouTube, and we're on all kind of places, all kind of platforms. Soon to be on Instagram and TikTok. As a matter of fact, I don't want to forget to tell everybody to go online and get the current job list. If you all are interested in, it's there in those places. Just go on those platforms and you'll see it.
That's right. And that's what it's all about, going to different places and subscribing.
Yes. Now, today is the last day of April. But I tell you what, warm weather is coming to our area anyway, and we're looking forward to it. In the meantime, it's also the last day of Black Women in History Month.
Yeah.
And we are going to highlight two ladies, oh my goodness, in the past, who really, really, to me, made some major impact in our community and in our country. And one of the ladies is Shirley Anita Chisholm.
Shirley
Oh my goodness.
Chisholm.
But let me say something about both of the ladies, because the other lady is Mary Mcleod Bethune. And I'm mentioning both of them together. We're going to do one at a time. But because of not only what they have done that I admire them, but if you look at them, they look like some of the strongest women that you could ever see. They really remind me of my mother. Well, they are in my mother's generation, my grandmother's generation, of strong women, strong Black women. My mother, a strong Black woman. My grandmother, a strong Black woman. When I look at them, I just see strength. I'm here looking right now at Shirley Chisholm, and just seeing the strength that she has just in her features and in her look. You know, she didn't play. I don't know if you remember her, Mr. You know, the way she talked and articulated. She was just a strong-willed Black woman.
No nonsense.
And she just reminds me of the women in the past that were around me and that I admire. But anyway, she was born November 30th, 1924. She died January 1st, 2005. Was an American politician, educator, and author. In 1968, she became the first Black woman elected to the United States Congress.
Yeah, yeah.
Chisholm represented New York's 12th congressional district, a district centered on Bedford-Stuyvesant, for 7 terms from 1969 to 1980.
Yeah.
That's a long term.
Yeah.
In 1972, she became the first Black candidate for a major party nomination for President of the United States, and the first woman to run for the Democratic Party's nomination. See, that's what I wanted to get to. This lady right here ran for president in 1972. Did you all know that out there?
And I was just graduated from high school in 1972.
I tell you what, she had all that it took. I know it wasn't her time, but I tell you what, she made a great impact. She ran a great race, and she just really looked the part, and she looked well to her party, the Democratic Party nomination, and I just the thought of her just makes me feel really good. When I think presently, Mr. E, I think of Kamala Harris, and I think of some of the other ones.
Yeah.
You know, she was a trailblazer, and because she had the nerve to go out there and be the first actually. You know, it paved the way for some of the women that are standing strong and in these great positions now.
That's right. You know, when I look at Miss Shirley Chisholm, I said to myself, what a great, great, great woman to have the nerve and to get out there and run for president, knowing back in those days that African Americans wasn't running for president, nor women was running for president, you know, but she had the nerve to get out there and say, hey, look, I'm going to change this thing right in 1972. Wow. She was born in Brooklyn, New York. She spent a critical portion of her childhood in Barbados, where her family was from, and would always consider herself a Barbadian American. Back in the USA, Chisholm studied and worked in early childhood education, becoming involved in a local Democratic Party political in the 1950s. In 1964, overcome some resistance because she was a woman. She was elected to the New York State Assembly. She had to overcome some stuff. First of all, by being a woman. And whoever heard of an African-American woman that was running for any political office whatsoever? I can imagine back in those days, they thought that she was a barbarian and, you know, and thought that she had lost her mind. She was elected to the New York. I mean, you know, thought she had lost her mind because she was running. You know, those sometimes folk look at you really strange as a woman and Black. running for office. Where you get that? Where you get that from? Something must be wrong with you. You know.
Absolutely.
She was
yes.
elected in the New York State Assembly. Assembly. For 4 years later, she was elected to the Congress, where she led expansion of food and nutrition program for the poor and rose to the party leadership. She retired from Congress in 1983 and taught at Mount Holyoke College while continuing her political organizing, although nominated for the ambassadorship in 1993. Health issues caused her to withdraw. In 2013, Chisholm was how you pronounce that? Posthumously awarded the President Medal of Freedom.
Wow, she had great accomplishments.
My hat's off to Shirley.
Paved the way for many. Like I said, member of the U.S. House of Representatives, 12th District. She was preceded by Edria Kelly, succeeded by Mayor Owens, and it goes on and on and on.
Our hats off to Miss Shirley Chisholm. I mean, what a great woman. When I look at Miss Chisholm and I look at all African American women and how they are paving the way, is setting the temple for like Rosa Parks and all those back in the days of old, where they didn't take no wooden nickel, they didn't take no setback.
They wouldn't take no stuff. These were some really strong. I can't. Just the thought of them, the strength of these women. Black woman is something else. She is one of the most religious, they say, women that are Bible readers. They came up in church, the majority of them, and they, had mothers and grandmothers that were strong and didn't take no stuff. They had a lot of their mothers and them stressed education. Maybe they didn't have a chance to be educated in schools, but they sure did encourage their daughters to get out there and get educated. So we see great women like Shirley Chisholm come up. And she had so much education under her belt.
Yeah.
She, she went to many colleges, she went to Brooklyn College. She had a BA at Brooklyn. She also went to Columbia University. She had a master's there. And it, like I said, it goes on and on. A strong Black woman, a woman that had the nerve to run for president and didn't care, didn't mind. See, these people don't mind taking the blows. They don't mind suffering. They know who they are. And God has called these women to do these things, to accomplish these goals. Somebody got to do it, Miss
Somebody
Lee.
got to do it. So, even though the men are out there, but somebody got to step up to the plate and play ball.
Absolutely. So we honor and we salute her for being brave, being courageous, and just taking the time to show us in our community and other races that, hey, whatever you set your mind to do, you can do it.
Yeah.
And she took that leap. She took that jump, and we thank her for it.
Well, we got another one that we want to talk about, Miss Mary Bethune. Mary Jane Mcleod Bethune. What a name!
Yeah, she was born June. Listen to this, July 1875.
1875.
And died May 18, 1955.
Wow.
She was an American educator, philanthropist, humanitarian, womanist, and civil rights activist. Bethune founded the National Council of Negro Women in 1935, established the organization's flagship journal of African Women Journal, and presided as president or leader for myriad African American women organizations, including the National Association for Colored Women and the National Youth Administration Negro Division. She also appointed as a national advisor to President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Ooh, I tell you, whom she worked with to create the Federal Council on Colored Affairs, also known as Black Cabinet. She is well known for starting a private school for the African American students in Daytona Beach, Florida. It later continued to develop as Bethune-Cookman University. Let's stop there.
Yeah.
You know, talking about just being able to do a lot of things and accomplish a lot of things. That's why I said these women are strong women. She was right there with Franklin D.
That's right.
Roosevelt, one of the greatest presidents of the United States, working with him along with establishing all this, the organization and working with women and just so many things. Just so many things, and then establishing the college.
That's right.
That, I've known quite a few people that have gone to Bethune-Cookman University, and my sister used to work there, as a matter of fact. And it's just a great thing. It's a marvelous thing, Miss Steve.
When you go down a little further in number 8, for her lifetime activist, she was DEM, acknowledged the First Lady of Negro America by Ebony Magazine in July 1949, and was known by Black press as the first female Booker T. Washington. She was known as the First Lady of Struggle because of her commitment to gain better lives for African Americans.
Wow.
That's great.
Bethune was also active in women's clubs, which were strong civic organizations supporting welfare and other needs, and became a natural leader. Bethune wrote prolifically, publishing in National Notes from 1924 to 1928, Pittsburgh Courier from 1937 to 1938, Afro-American Woman's Journal from 1940 to 1949. And the Chicago Defender. Oh, wow. After working on the presidential campaign for Franklin D. Roosevelt in 1932, she was invited as a member of his Black Cabinet.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. She advised him on concerns of African Americans and helped share Roosevelt's message.
That's right. She was the voice for Roosevelt. You know?
Yes.
She was the voice of Roosevelt. I mean, we are so proud of Bethune. We're so proud of how she has operated and the things that she is doing. What a wonderful, wonderful job. What a wonderful job that she is doing. What a wonderful job that she is doing. And we are so proud of her.
Yes, we are. And she's just done so many great things. When you think of 1875, it's like, wait a minute, it was way back there, but look at the accomplishment. You know, these women can inspire you all out there to do the things that God has put in your mind and heart to do. You know, these things are not for yourself, just for yourself. These talents are not just given, and these accomplishments not just for you, but they're given for the world. They're given for us to admire and praise God, that people through any struggle, through any time, can go forward and go high and be very, very successful.
And that's what it's all about. Look at the history. When you begin to look at how we got to where we are, it wasn't because of the African-American men. It was some of the African-American women that helped us to rise above mere survival. So hats off to all African-American women for a job well done.
Absolutely. We have enjoyed our segment this month, honoring Black women in history, and we honor you all out there, beautiful Black queens. And just make sure you use those gifts and those things that God has given you for us. Look, we want you to come over here live, be with us for a little while. It's been so much fun. We got some upcoming shows and some other things for you all. So we're going to see you all back here on Monday, and we want you to enjoy your weekend.
Don't forget that you can purchase the latest pies. Give them the telephone number.
757-470-0224.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with our host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Eppy, the co-host. If you'd like to be a special guest or sponsor, all you have to do is give us a call at area code 757-714 or 7861. Or you can go to FYI email and email us. That's FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com. Again, that's FYI live at gmail.com. Or did I say it wrong again?
FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com.
FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. Join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 right here on WGPL 1350 AM. For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to the most talked wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with our host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton.
All right, Mr. Eve. What a beautiful day. And it's a wonderful time to celebrate Black women in history. You all are special. You all are the best. Miss Fiona, how you doing? She said, good morning, family. Again, Sheila, good morning. Roberta Carter, thank you so much for joining us. I am excited. Mr. E, just the thought of the history of Black women and all that we've accomplished, all that we've done, all that we've gone through, to see women just going forth, I look at even these wonderful ladies that are on our feed, Fiona, I see her and she's just raised her beautiful children. Sheila, she's raised hers. Roberta raised hers. And now they have, they stand out. And they have gone through so many things, but they still are standing strong. I know two of them have great, I don't know Fiona's mom, but I know Roberta and Sheila's mom, wonderful, wonderful, strong women. That's what I'm talking about. See, that's what's in my mind when I think about Black women. I think about the Black women that surrounded me coming up. They were strong. They were powerhouse. They didn't take no stuff. My mother was a no-nonsense woman. She won't scared of nobody. I mean, absolutely. I don't care what color you. She was not scared. And I know she had to get it from, especially my grandmother. My grandfather too was strong, but he was more of a really gentle, nice man. My grandmother and them had that strength. They didn't take no stuff. They were just really strong-willed women that I really admire. And so, just looking at our history, looking at the women that we've covered, those that they are celebrating this month, all of them to me just resemble, what I've seen and what I've been around.
So have you figured that who you resemble or who you take your fight from?
Oh my goodness!
Who you take? Have you decided yet? Is it from the city where you're from, or is it from your family?
From Brooklyn, in the old town in Brooklyn, honey. Oh my goodness! I really, boy, it's really two sides of me. I'm a very soft sweetheart. Quiet came up. But then there's a fight in me that I learned from the streets, from Brooklyn. And my mother and them, like I said, they were strong, strong women. The thing about it, I never really wanted to portray such a forceful image like my mom, but I'm finding out that part of me
automatically comes out.
Is definitely there.
And it automatically, comes out, right?
And let me tell all you, and don't try me. I am the nicest lady in the world, but just don't try me. I'm a Scorpio. So a Scorpio don't bother you unless you bother it. I'm just like a Scorpio for real.
Okay.
I'm nice and sweet, but don't try me. I will I will bite you. You're gonna get stung. But this is the thing about me. You're gonna get stung with a whole lot of love.
That's right. Is that the way some of the African American women that we know that we've been talking about, like Shirley Chisholm and Michelle Obama and Viola Park? Is that Viola?
Viola Davis
and and Miss Bethune Cookman, Miss Bethune, and also the lady that made the hair.
Oh my goodness!
That used the straightening comb. Because when I look at her, she don't play.
I mean, they just have this strong way about them. I mean, even in their look, I look at Shirley Chisholm, and it's like, ooh.
And they didn't back down. They
did not back down. Roberta said her mom was the first Black nurse working in integrated schools, integrated floor at Maryview Hospital.
Wow, congratulations.
That is amazing.
Wow.
Fiona's from Norfolk and Brooklyn. I know you got, look, she got that sweet in her, but I know she probably got that Brooklyn in her too, honey. Madam C.J. Walker, Missy, you had mentioned.
Yeah.
And Sheila said, your mother was a very strong woman and a sweet lady. I love her. And that's what it was. It was just, you had to be that. You had to be, in that time with my mom and her mother coming up, you had to be strong. And, like I said, she was really, really, really no nonsense. And that was something that I kind of shied away from because I didn't want to be that hard. Okay. My personality wasn't that hard like hers. And I think she was instrumental in that, but it's just the way I was designed. But I'm finding out that there is a time and place to bring out my toughness and my real hard city strength.
And when I look at all the African American women and how they're standing up, because I came up with some strong African American women. My grandmother didn't play. She was one of the toughest ladies that I have ever seen in one's life.
Saying.
One thing I can say about strong ladies like Shirley Chisholm or Bethune Cook, as them to work close with Caucasian people.
Yes.
They had to be tough.
They had to.
Because they had to be called names. And
yes.
Can you imagine how many of them that had to go through life being called names and being called a jigaboo or being called a nigger or whatever,
monkey.
Whatever the fight may have been. Yes. Can you imagine how many stood by Roosevelt and stood by the Shirley Chisholm as she began to do early childhood to bring stuff to the community, to help the community to rise above early childhood, and then they put it in place of nutrition and things of that nature. Can you imagine how strong our African American women were and how they had to stand up?
Wow.
And be recognized as being a strong force in the community.
Can you imagine Roberta's mom being the first nurse, Black nurse at Maryview Hospital, honey, and having to deal with racism and having, she had to be strong. She had to stand up for herself. She had to have a way about her where she could maneuver through that foolery.
I can imagine, being the first African-American lady, a Black nurse in an all-white hospital. And when she coming down the corridor, the first thing they say, I don't want her touching me.
That's what people, that's a lot of things, a lot of what they had to go through.
I don't want her touching me. And she was just like the rest. She had the qualification just like the rest of them, but yet and still what got in the way was her color. We would think that her color shouldn't be in the way because she was a nurse. She was a nurse. And having the name as a nurse, or went to the school as a nurse, but folks begin to look at her color. I'd rather die than to have her put her hand on me.
Not only color, but sexism, where you don't think a woman capable. Oh well, a woman. You running for president? Who you think? A woman running for president? Oh, I know they talked about her so bad. And but this is the thing, they were built to be ready for the fight. That's the thing, you know, God puts in us all this stuff, the talent and stuff, but he also puts in the nerve, you know, and the strength and the fight to be able to, you know, hey, go toe to toe with the enemy.
And that's what it's all about. When they go toe to toe with the enemy, they had to say, listen, enough is enough. I done seen the battle. When you look at how long they've been around the city, how long they've been around, when you look at what they have seen, born in 1841, 1845, born in 1845, can you imagine what Miss Bethune had to see back in 1845, and how folks were still going around to the back door. Colors had to go around to the back, and white and colors couldn't come down in the front. So come to the front, and you had to walk on a certain side of the street, and you know, and you an educator. Can you imagine how she put her face up in the air and walked just as proud down the highway? You know, but when I look at the lady who made the straightening comb or had the hair for
Madam C.J.
When
Walker.
I look at Madam C.J. Walker, she was living in one of the best communities that one could ever live in. She had her own mansion.
Now that's a mind blower right there. How in the world you build a mansion back
mansion
there, right at
at
the cusp of slavery ending, and you a multi-millionaire living in a mansion right next to one of the richest men in the world. It is amazing. Fiona said, I get my strength, fortitude, and tenacity from my mother and grandmother, as well as the women I grew up under in church. And she said her grandmother was a nurse with the Red Cross. And so these women, these wonderful women, and she said Shirley Chisholm was her sorrow. And I believe that you're a Delta, right, Fiona? I believe she is a Delta. And I'm telling you, it's just amazing. I'm telling you, this. Yeah, I know it means a lot to you to be around, you know, such strong women in life. But you know, as a woman seeing it, I'm glad we do see our mothers and we see our grandmothers and all these wonderful women. It makes us stronger.
That's right. And all the struggles that they had to endure, you know, as you know, when I look at as an African American, as a black man, as a black woman, and all the struggles that one had to go through, and then when you look in history, and you find the mountain and that they had to climb, or the journey that they was on. You know, these journeys that these people was on back in the day, they paved the way for all mankind to be able to walk up and down the highways and the byways. And you know, and the funny thing about it, you know, it doesn't say in their bios or anything how much they had to endure, how they had to be whipped, and how they had to be knocked down, you know, and how they had to go through something. When I was looking at Miss Mary Bethune, and she was from her was with girls from literary and industrial training school for Negro girls in 1905.
Wow.
You know,
amazing. It's a lot. I'm telling you. Cynthia Roseman, thank you for joining us. You know, Cynthia is from a wonderful family, and they have strong women in that family. They keep the glue in that. I mean, that's the glue in the family. They really keep a strong front with you know, raising children and their relatives, and it's just amazing how we all have been impacted by those that have brought us in the world and those that have raised us. And Fiona mentioned the church. The church has a great, you know, even back then, just to think about it back then, the church was the real tea for our African-American families. The church was it. The church was the root of our strength.
That's right. That's right.
And the civil rights movement and all that came out of, you know, the church pulling together and pulling the community together. Lord knows it was a wonderful thing to behold.
I want to take a trip back to Miss Bethune's one right quick, Miss Hinton.
Yes.
Listen to this.
Uh-huh.
After her marriage and move to Florida, Bethune became determined to start a school for girls. Bethune moved from Pulaski to Daytona
Wow.
because it had more economic opportunities. It had become a popular tourist destination and business
Yes.
was thriving. In October 1904, she rented a small house for $11 a month.
Wow.
She made a bench and a desk from discarded crates and acquired other items through charity. Bethune used $1.50 to start the educational and industrial training school for Negro girls. She's initially had 6 students, 5 girls ages from 6 to 12, and her son Albert. The school boarded Daytona Dump. Bethune parents of students and church members raised money by making sweet potato pie,
Oh my God.
ice cream, fried fish,
Sweet
and selling them to crews at the dump.
Amazing.
And this is another thing that they did. In the early days, the students made ink for pens from elderberry juice.
Oh my goodness.
And pencils from burnt wood. And they asked local business for furniture. Bethune wrote a letter. I consider cash money as a small part of a resource. But guess what? And they sold sweet potato pie and ice cream.
That is so marvelous.
To get to where they wanted to go.
I tell you what, many talents, and they were survivors. They did what they had to do in order to survive. They were creative, and it is so marvelous.
$1.50. I said, wow.
Oh, man.
And took burnt wood and made pencils. Can you imagine burning wood and then writing, making a pencil out of it? I said, wow, look at these creative and how creative they were. Bethune also courted a wealthy white fella.
I tell you, well, look, Mr. E, I'm going to have to plug up. Where can I plug up? I don't know why my computer is acting a little crazy here. But anyway, Mr. E, give them some upcoming shows while I kind of like get things together.
Well, I just want to let you know what great upcoming shows that we got. We got Mr. Michael Clemens going to be with us, along with we got Michael Clemens. We got Mr. Ernest going to be with us. Who's from the Warden. We got Mr. Jason Baker, who's going to be with us. Oh, we're gonna have a great, awesome time here on FYI. You listen, we got a lot of things going your way. We got sports talk.
Yes.
We got sports talk coming. We got what's underneath the hat of with the men, and we got a special segment. And I'll let Miss Hinton tell you that I'm saying the word that.
That's the way you say it. It says, what's that tea?
What's that? Not what's
Not
that
what's the tea.
Yes,
what's that tea? Because we're
D-A-T.
gonna be bringing celebrity news and allegedly, meaning a little gossip. And
a little gossip, a little tea. Yeah.
Yes. I want to shout out Clara Huff, because we're gonna talk with her and see if she can help us bring that tea. It's a lot going on, Mr. E, and we just want to have fun on our Fun Fridays. Sometimes our topics may have a habit of getting a little bit serious on Fridays, but we want to, lighten the load on our after show when we're off the air and just talk about a little things that are going on in, not only just in the community, but in the entertainment world. And like I said, just finding out who's doing what.
And that's what it's all about, helping our community to rise above mere survival. Just want to let you know that Mother's Day is right around the corner.
Yes.
And we want to say happy Mother's Day to all the mothers around the globe, And thank you so much for being strong Black women, for being strong mothers, because a mother goes through a whole lot, and, and what we don't understand, and we take them for granted. A mother back in the days would take her slip and make Pampers and take the sheet off the bed and make Pampers. She would always eat last to make sure that the children had enough food to eat. Sometimes we don't give mothers the credit. And I understand that that's why so many people promote their mother.
Yes.
Because, if it had not been for mother, what we would have never got here, and mother knows how to be a nurturer, knows how to care.
Yes.
Here's the kicker part, Miss Hinton. Mother could have 15 children and still love them all at the same time.
Yeah, mothers are something else. I'm telling you, they have really sacrificed for us. Sometimes we may not want to give mothers credit, but
That's right.
Mothers do a lot. Talking about a job, talking about managing children and managing a household, managing relationship, managing, making money. She has a whole lot of jobs and a whole lot of hats that we wear.
That's right. And not only that, she wore that smart too. Some grandmothers wore that smart.
Well, grandmama didn't, honey. I ain't gonna walk around with no damn
grandmama wore that smart. And when grandma wore that smart, the pocket wasn't all that deep, but she had everything you need in that smart.
She had money, she had mint, she had handkerchiefs.
Everything you needed, grandma had in her
the
smart.
Car keys. She had a bobby pins,
buttons, you name it.
She had a whole suitcase in those pockets.
And all that stockings. She
had
it. One thing we can say,
she might have had a gun in there.
She
Who
could
knows?
have a razor one.
But she had them in her bosom. Now she gonna have something.
But one thing we can say, our hats off to grandmas and to mamas of a job well done. Clothespins. And, I used to see my grandma with clothespin all closed up on her in her pocket.
Oh my God. We celebrate mothers. I know it. We do. We celebrate our mom. I miss my mom. I miss her. She was 4'11", little short lady. But like I said, didn't take no stuff. Had to raise 7 children after my father died. He died tragically in Brooklyn, New York. She brought us back home where she was from and raised us here. And she was a tough cookie, but she kept us in church. She was a woman of prayer, and she just survived. A great survivor. Taught me a lot of things about life, and she really, really encouraged me. She really liked my music. She loved my music. She was one of my greatest cheerleaders.
Tell us, was your mother a singer also?
Yeah, my mother, she loved music. They call her Sang, S-A-N-G, Sang, because she used to sing all the time. And she did sing in church. She, got the opportunity to solo all the time. She soloed all the time. They wanted her to sing all the time. And then she got sick and she couldn't really stand up to do a lot of singing. That's when she was a little older. But she used to sing all the time.
And so that she pull you up to sing. How did you get an opportunity? And this is just, did you get an opportunity to sing along with your mother?
My mother actually was instrumental in my music career. She one day was playing the piano and I just sat there and sang with her. She would always put us in choirs and all that stuff, but I was an in the closet singer. I did not want to be out there singing solo, but I would be in choirs in school and college and in church. And one day she heard me sing. She said, "Please, can you sing on a program?" And I was like, "Oh, really? Okay." So I decided to do it because Mommy asked me. And from there, my career started. From there, it literally started from my first song singing for her to people wanted me to sing all over. I mean, it's just amazing where it came, how it went from that one time of singing.
Do you remember the first song that you sung with your mother?
Oh my God, I know it was a hymn. She was playing, it was a hymn.
Uh-huh.
And I think I did that same, I think it was Blessed Assurance. And
Sing a little bit. Sing a little bit. Wouldn't y'all love to hear
that's too much time. We don't have time for that because we got other things in now. You all go online and get the Yolanda Hinton's music. Go online, go on the website. There'll be another time on Fun Friday for singing, I promise you. But yeah, thank you, Mr. E, for that great promotion. But yeah, so my mother
you went right there. That was a good punchline, so you can promote the music.
I know it is. I thought it. Yes. But anyway, my mother she was instrumental. First time singing for her, it took my career to where it was. I mean, I've sang in Europe with the European Metropolitan Orchestra. I've sang with some of the great artists. It's ongoing. My career is still ongoing in music, still recording, still benefiting from music that I've recorded in the past. I guess she just knew me, what I needed to get that push.
They always say a mother knows her child.
I know it. Thank you, Mom.
Mother knows her child, and she knows what's in that child, and that's one of the greatest things in the world. I
want to mention one more thing she gave me. She gave me that sweet potato pie. Lord knows, thank you, Jesus, for that too.
Did you see how Miss Mary Bethune, how they made money? Selling sweet potato
absolutely
pie. Yeah.
I just want to thank you all that are taking the time to order that girl's pie. Honey.
Let me tell you that
sweet marvelous.
Potato pie. Can I just talk a little bit?
Go ahead, Mr.
Let me tell you about that sweet potato pie. You can get that sweet potato pie any Tuesday or Thursday.
Yes.
Listen, here's a good way to eat the sweet potato pie. That's Mr. E way of eating the sweet potato pie. What you do, you cut your slice about this big. And when you cut your slice about that big, you put some butter pecan ice cream on it, pop it in the microwave, let the ice melt, the ice cream melt all over, and you talking about a good piece of pie. That sweet potato pie, and the cookies are off the chain.
Wow. Virginia Sawyer is here. Music is the voice God. Music is the voice God hears. That is so beautiful.
That's my auntie. Yeah,
I know.
Happy Mother's Day to you.
Yeah. So I just want to thank you all that are buying the pies. Please let people know. I really, really see this pie going really, 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 really high, far, and beyond. And I thank God for my mother who taught me how to cook desserts and all that kind of stuff. There she is again, Mom. Thank you, Mom. And not only that, my mom named me Lady. When as a newborn baby, she named me Lady. Uh-huh. And so that name, I decided to use the Lady's Pie and my name, Yolanda the Lady, and Lady everywhere because of her. She said I was a lady as a little baby. She saw it. And I said, well, okay. So that would be something that I take with me. And that's another thing for my mom that I just thank God.
And the more you think about Mom, and you can find how you carry yourself just like your mama.
Well, I tell you what, my mama is strong, and I'm glad about that. She was a woman of prayer, and I'm so glad about that as well.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Passing down traditions.
That's
absolutely. Right. So, Mr. E, we're going to be back here for some sports talk on Monday.
Monday, you don't want to miss this off the chain on sports talk.
We're going to talk about the NFL draft.
Well, the draft is going on.
We're going to talk about the NBA games, but the draft, we got to talk about all that.
The Cowboys picked up some good players in the draft.
Man, this is so exciting.
And so that's sports. And then you wonder every now and then why football is like it is, because they are picking these young men from college. You don't see the draft. You don't see this in basketball, but you see this in football. You know, they said the Commanders picked up a few good people last night too. You know, so they're that team out there in Washington somewhere. You know,
Mr. E, you should have seen those boys come out. Those boys look like they're already rich.
I know they're
rich. Okay. I know they get give them incentives and money now in college, where one time they didn't. But those boys, those young men came out there strong and looked like they had plenty of money.
And not only that, they're strong too. They are
Mhm.
very built and they know the game.
Absolutely. So, okay. So look, don't forget to follow us on social media, and don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Don't forget to tell your friends about FYI for your information. Don't forget, if you have any suggestions, please let us know what you would like to see and hear. You know, we give you content, but we would love to find out what you want to hear about and who you want to see on the show. And just want to know how we can make you all happy. You all bless us by coming here and viewing us and listening to us. We want to know what you want to see, how we can bless you all, what things that you want to contribute to FYI Radio Show. Also, don't forget the ladies' book is out, coming. It should be here on May the 5th. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Bullying is right underneath your nose. You'll get the link, and you'll find out how to be able to download it to your devices and things like that. Also, hard copy. I will have hard copies as well, and I'm very excited about it, Mr. E. Also, we host. We will host your special occasion and special event, right, Mr. E?
That's right. We do host, and so that's what. If you need someone to host your special event, your wedding anniversary, your reception, or your business promotions, whatever you got going on, conferences, you know, just all you have to do is pick up the telephone and give us a call at 757-714-7861.
Yes. Okay. And you can also be a special guest intern or sponsor with FYI Radio Show. Mr. E's going to give you that information on how you can do that. I want you all to be blessed. Have a wonderful weekend. Tomorrow is May the 1st. And I tell you, these months are going by. Make sure you're enjoying the weather and just having a wonderful time in your life. And just enjoy the weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday.
I want to say thank you so much for tuning in to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show. If you'd like to be a sponsor or a special guest, all you have to do is inbox us at Yolanda Hinton's Facebook page, Edward Everett's Facebook page, or FYI Facebook page, or you can email us. That's at FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com. Again, that's FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com. Inbox, or you can call us at 757-714-7861. Thank you so much for tuning in to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show, and our host has been none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host, and we say to you, thank you so much, and have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. Okay? Bye.
Don't forget serving Dad Tea. We're going to be serving Dad Tea. And you all can participate if you want to. Make sure you inbox us or follow our links or email us. FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com. Yeah. God bless you. We'll see you on Monday.
To them. Yeah. Have a great day.